As we start this lesson, we're going to go into our health sciences division of cosmetology and discuss anatomy and physiology. We're going to review the importance of anatomy and physiology in the cosmetology profession. We will discuss the structure and division of cells. We're going to be talking about the various types of tissues in the bodies and explaining the basic functions of organs and body systems. We're going to review our skeletal system structures and functions as well. We will also describe our muscular system's components and the structures of the muscular system. We're going to be explaining the nervous system, divisions and functions, and also listing the functions of the circulatory system, the lymphatic system, our integumentary system, and also the endocrine system. When we are done, you should be able to explain the importance of the various body systems, structures, and functions. We understand that cosmetologists service the hair, skin, and nails, and we also want to have a full understanding of how our services affect our clients and the various parts of the body. Anatomy is the study of human body structures, how the body parts are organized, and the science of the interconnected structures of organisms, their parts. Physiology is the study of the functions or activities performed by the body structure. While providing services, cosmetologists affect the skin, the muscles, nerves, circulatory systems, bones of the head, face, neck, shoulders, arms, hands, legs, feet, hair, skin, nails. While delivering shampoo services, cosmetologists may be providing scalp manipulations. During aesthetic services, cosmetologists may be providing facials. During manicure and pedicure services, cosmetologists may be providing various treatments or services that require them to have an understanding of human anatomy. Recognizing different characteristics and functions of the hair, skin, and nails are important. Being able to recognize healthy hair, skin, and nails, knowing when to refer the clients out if there is a issue with any kind of services where a cosmetologist may not feel comfortable performing a basic service for a client. Although cosmetologists do not diagnose or treat any illness, they may need to recognize an illness so that they can refer the client to a dermatologist, a physician, or it just depends on whatever issue the client may be experiencing. Knowing the structures and areas of the head and face will also help. Knowing how to style clients based on their facial features and their different attributes will allow you to create flattering styles and makeup application that suit each client. As we discuss our cells and functions, we will keep in mind that cells are the basic structure of all living things. Tissues are made up of cells that are organized into layers or groups. Organs are groups of tissues that form complex structures and perform certain functions. Body systems contain organs that perform similar functions, and organisms are formed by groups of body systems, for example, the human body. Cells are the basic units of all living things. Bacteria, plants, and animals, including human beings, all have cells. A cell is made up of the protoplasm, in which nutrients, mineral salts, and water are present. Most cells also include a nucleus, cytoplasm, and cell membrane. The nucleus is the specialized structure in the center of the cell. It controls the growth and reproduction of the cell. It also contains the cell genetic material. Cytoplasm is the watery fluid that surrounds the nucleus. It provides a structure for the cell parts so they can move freely within the cell membrane. Enzymes in the cytoplasm help digest and break down other molecules for food. The cell membrane is a thin layer of tissue that surrounds the cell. It protects the interior of the cell from its surroundings. It is semi-permeable, meaning it allows certain substances to enter the cell. So we have our nucleus, our cytoplasm, and our cell membrane. Cells reproduce through a process called mitosis. This is when the cells divide into two identical daughter cells. Cells require favorable conditions to grow and reproduce, including an adequate food supply, water, oxygen, the correct temperature, and the ability to eliminate waste. Cells convert nutrients to energy through a chemical process called metabolism. There are two types of metabolism: anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism is the process of simple molecules combining to form a complex molecule. Anabolism requires energy. Catabolism is the process of breaking complex molecules down into simple molecules. Catabolism releases energy. Cell structure and reproduction is important because as clients age, metabolism can have an effect on a cell's ability to function. Tissues, which are a group of similar cells that perform a specific function, fall into four categories: connective tissue, epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, and nerve tissue. Connective tissue is fibrous tissue that binds and supports other body tissues and organs. Epithelial tissues provide a covering that protects the body and is found within many parts of the body, such as skin, mucous membranes, digestive and respiratory organs, the lining of the mouth, and the lining of the heart and the glands. Muscle tissues contracts and move various parts of the body. Nerve tissues carry messages to and from the brain and controls and coordinates all body functions. Connective, epithelial, muscle, and nerve tissue, the four types of tissues in the body. Next, we will move on to organs and body systems. Organs are groups of tissues that perform specific body functions. Organs include the heart, brain, stomach, lungs, intestines, liver, kidneys, skin, and eyes. Body systems are groups of organs acting together to perform one or more functions. Cells, tissues, organs, and body systems all work together to help the body function properly. An issue with one area of the body could cause a malfunction in another area of the body. Not having enough food in your stomach could cause you to have a pain in your head, or a headache, in other words. Body systems include the circulatory systems, which controls blood movement throughout the body. Major organs include heart and blood vessels. This is important for cosmetologists because massage affects the circulatory system and good blood flow affects hair growth. Facial services and shaving benefit from awareness of arteries and veins for safety. The digestive system breaks food down into nutrients or waste for nutrition or excretion. The digestive system includes stomach, intestines, esophagus, salivary glands. Good nutrition allows optimum functioning of all body systems. All body systems include hair, skin, and nails. Endocrine system controls hormone levels within the body that determine growth, development, reproduction, and health of the entire body. This includes endocrine glands and hormones. This is important to cosmetologists because hormones produced by the endocrine system directly impact hair and skin. The excretory system eliminates waste from the body, reducing the buildup of toxins. This includes kidneys, liver, skin, large intestines, and the lungs. This is important for cosmetologists to know because the excretory system eliminates toxic substances that can affect other body system functions. The immune system protects the body from disease by developing immunities and destroying pathogens and toxins. Lymph, lymph nodes, lymph vessels, and the spleen are all part of the immune system or lymphatic system. This is important to cosmetologists because the immune system protects the body from illness, and massage affects the lymphatic system. Integumentary system provides a protective covering and regulates the body's temperature. Our skin, oil glands, sweat glands, hair, and nails are part of the integumentary system. This is important to cosmetologists because the skin is the body's largest organ and is the first line of defense against illness. Cosmetology services are directly affected by the health of the integumentary system. The muscular system covers, shapes, and holds the skeletal system in place. Muscles contract to allow for movement of body structures. The muscular system includes the muscles of the body. This is important for cosmetologists because massage performed during cosmetology services affects the muscular system. A thorough understanding of the muscular system will also help prevent injuries during your career. The nervous system coordinates all other body systems, allowing them to work efficiently and react to the environment. Your brain, spinal cord, nerves, and eyes are part of the nervous system. This is important to cosmetologists because to provide safe and effective facial and nail services, cosmetologists need an understanding of the nervous system. The reproductive system produces offspring and differentiates males from females as assigned at birth. The uterus, ovaries, penis, and testes are part of the reproductive system. This is important for cosmetologists to know because the reproductive system and hormonal changes that occur with different life stages affect hair growth, hair loss, and the skin. The respiratory system makes blood and oxygen available to body structures through respiration and carbon elimination. The lungs and air passages are part of the respiratory system. This is important to cosmetologists because adequate oxygenation of tissues allows optimum cell functioning. Infection can spread through respiration, affecting safety and cleanliness. Skeletal system forms the physical foundation of the body, composed of 206 bones connected by movable and immovable joints. The skeletal system is made up of bones and joints. This is important for cosmetologists to know because it is important for protecting your own body mechanics when working, as well as knowing bone structures when providing treatments, including makeup applications. Can you identify 3 cosmetology services that require a basic understanding of anatomy and physiology? Can you describe the cell's basic structure? What conditions are needed in order for cells to divide? What are the 4 types of body tissue? What are organs? And what are body systems? What do they do? Keep all of those things in mind as you move through anatomy and physiology. The skeletal system forms the body's physical foundation and is composed of 206 bones that vary in size and shape. Osteology is the study of bones. A joint is a connection between 2 or more bones. There are 2 types of joints: movable and immovable joints. Joints in the elbows, knees, and hips allow movement. Joints in the pelvis and skull allow little to no movement. Movable and immovable joints. Except for tooth enamel, the bone is the hardest tissue in the body. Bone is made up of connective tissue consisting of about 1/3 organic matter and 2/3 mineral. Organic matter is cells and blood, and minerals will include calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. The skeletal system helps to give the body shape and support. It protects various internal organs and structures. It serves as the attachments for muscles and acts as levers to produce body movement. It stores most of the body's calcium supply and other important minerals, such as magnesium and sodium. It helps produce white and red blood cells. The skull is the head skeleton and it is divided into two parts: cranium, an oval, bony case consisting of 8 bones that protect the brain; facial skeleton, the framework of the face, composed of 14 bones. So our cranial bones include parietal, frontal, temporal, sphenoid, ethmoid, and occipital bone. 8 bones of the cranial. Two parietal, 2 bones forming the sides and top of the cranium; the frontal, which forms the forehead; temporal bones, 2 bones forming the sides of the head and the ear region; a sphenoid bone forms base and sides of the skull; our ethmoid bone separates the nasal cavity from the brain; occipital bone, located below the parietal bone, forming the back of the skull above the neck, maybe protruding; the facial skeleton bone. Skeleton has 14 bones. Bones that cosmetologists should remember: the vomer, turbinate, and palatine. Bones are the remaining bones in the facial skeleton are not affected by cosmetology services, but you do need to be aware of the zygomatic bone, nasal bone, lacrimal bone, maxilla bone, and the mandible. The zygomatic bones, also known as cheekbones or malar bones, they form the prominence of the cheeks and outer part of the eye socket. Your nasal bones, 2 bones that form the bridge of the nose. Maxilla bones, 2 bones that form the upper jaw. Mandible, largest and strongest bone of the face that forms the lower jaw. The neck bones. Main neck bones are the following: the cervical vertebrae and the hyoid bone. The cervical vertebrae, 7 bones located below the skull, provide support, structure, and flexibility to the neck. Hyoid bone, U-shaped bone at the base of the tongue that supports it and its muscle, the only bone of the throat. Chest and shoulder bones, scapula and clavicle. Scapula, also called the shoulder blade, large flat triangular bone of the shoulder. There are 2 scapula. Clavicle, also known as the collarbone. It joins the sternum and scapula. Arm and hand bones, metacarpus, phalanges, radius, ulna, humerus, and carpus. Metacarpus, 5 bones, or metacarpals of the palm located between the carpus and the phalanges. Carpus, also known as the wrist, flexible joint composed of 8 small irregular bones called carpals. Phalanges, also known as digits, bones of the fingers or toes, 3 in each finger and 2 in each thumb. Radius, smaller bones in the forearm, on the same side as the thumb. Ulna, inner and larger bone in the forearm, located on the side of the little finger. Humerus, uppermost and largest bone in the arm, extending from the elbow to the shoulder. Leg, ankle, and foot bones. Patella, tibia, fibula. Patella, also known as the kneecap, forms the kneecap joint. Tibia, also known as the shin bone, is the largest of the 2 leg bones below the knee on the big toe side that supports most of the body's weight. Fibula, located on the little toe side of the lower leg, smaller of the 2 leg bones below the knee. The ankle is composed of 3 bones: tibia, fibula, and talus. The ankle joint allows the foot's up and down movement. The foot has 26 bones subdivided into 3 categories: tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges. Tarsals, 7 irregularly shaped bones in the ankle area, including the talus, calcaneus, which is the heel, and the navicular, cuboid, and 3 cuneiform bones. Talus, also called the ankle bone, between the heel bone, tibia, and fibula. Martisals, 5 long slender bones similar to the metacarpal bones of the hand. And the phalanges, also known as digits. There are 14 total, with 2 in each big toe and 3 in each smaller toe. Keep in mind which facial bones are most involved in cosmetology services, and also keep in mind the skeletal system's primary functions. The muscular system, which covers and holds the skeletal system in place and moves various parts of the bodies. Muscles are fibrous tissues that can stretch and contract according to body movements. The muscular system functions include mobility, circulation, respiration, stability, digestion, and posture. Myology, the study of the structure, function, and diseases of the muscular system, is also important to cosmetologists. Clients can benefit from the massage techniques you incorporate into nail and skincare services. Improper massaging may also result in negative effects for the client, so it is important to understand the muscle's functions and locations. There are more than 650 muscles in the body. 3 types of muscles include cardiac muscle, involuntary muscles, and voluntary muscles. The 3 types of muscles. Cardiac muscle is a type of striated muscle found only in the heart. Involuntary muscles, non-striated, are controlled by the autonomic nervous system and control body functions such as breathing and digestion. Voluntary muscle, striated muscles, are muscles that we control at will.